AstraZeneca and Pfizer have said they expect no disruption in deliveries of vaccine produced in the UK and Europe. Yesterday, the NHS warned that health organisations in England could see a significant reduction in supply next month. The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has threatened to restrict COVID vaccine exports to some countries, including the UK, if supplies in Europe don't improve. She said the EU was still waiting for vaccines to be delivered from the UK. Philippe Lambert, a Belgian MEP, said AstraZeneca had distributed its vaccine unfairly.
The way AstraZeneca has been dealing with the EU compared with other customers and compared with other suppliers is abysmal. I mean, they have been treating the EU customers as if we were quantité négligeable, as we say in French, as if we basically did not exist.
NHS Providers, the body that represents trusts in England, says clearing the backlog of non-urgent operations will take years rather than months. The organisation says it's a real worry that as a result of the pandemic, waiting lists have grown. Russia is recalling its ambassador to Washington for consultations as it tries to prevent what it calls the irreversible degradation of ties with the United States. Yesterday, a US intelligence report accused Russia of trying to influence the 2020 US election, which Moscow denies. Our North America reporter Anthony Zurcher explains the Biden administration's strategy.
I think the contrast that they want to try to draw with the Trump administration, with Donald Trump in particular, is that you're not going to see Joe Biden stand up there next to Vladimir Putin and undermine U.S. intelligence conclusions that sanctions will be used as a tool of diplomacy when necessary, and that if Russia, in the American view, transgresses international norms, that they will be punished for it.
The government's launching an overhaul of the audit sector, which it says could see the end of the dominance of the big four accountancy firms. The plans, which would also see the current regulator replaced, aim to improve standards following the collapse of a number of major companies. Our business reporter Ramzan Kamali has the details.
These plans attempt to water down the supremacy of the big four auditors: Deloitte, Ernst & Young, KPMG and PwC. They include a requirement for large businesses to use smaller accountancy firms to conduct a meaningful portion of their annual audits. The government also wants to replace the regulator, the Financial Reporting Council, with a body that would have legal powers to improve the quality and standards of the auditing profession. Labour has welcomed some of the proposals, including tougher penalties for individual company directors where there are serious failings, but it said that proposals didn't go far enough to address competition concerns.
The creative director of the Tokyo Olympic Games has resigned after suggesting that a female entertainer could take part in the opening ceremony dressed as a pig. Hiroshi Sasaki has apologised, saying his words were inappropriate.